All right, shalom, shalom. Yahbashmi al-Shai, Kadosh Some to call Akim Baha Math. Double honors to the elders and apostles once again, and salutations to the hopeful elect brothers and out there pushing this truth and speckled bird. All right, this is the part two to the hooded fellows into ghetto and got unalived, or the two hooded fellows got unalived in the ghetto. Uh, it was something else I wanted to chime in on earlier. I didn't get to speak on it because of time and me having to get on transportation or whatever. But I'm just gonna finish it out because there's certain things that this guy said, which are of a carnal manner, man. He's talking to 2/3, man. This guy's talking to 2/3. You know, yeah, Jake, listen is truth, listen to know. We know what we gotta do, all right. Because the thing is that we're a lot more prepared than Jake is, man. You know, but at the same time, we're not no choir boys. But I'm gonna let this play.
And the ones that sent you knew that was going to happen. Knew it. But they were dumb enough to fall for the bait. Family, I'm going to tell you this again. Stay dangerous. Stay strapped up. Stay strapped. When I tell you, I don't care if you're a felon. Your life means more than your status legally. Your life means more. And just because you are a felon does not mean that they have the right to take your life. Your life means something to someone. If not you, someone else that loves you. We'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You understand? And I said this once before in the video, months ago. I'm not going to anyone's jail for nothing. No one's locking me up. No one's going to jump out on me in unmarked vehicles, plain clothes, and tell me to come and...
And really, there's nothing really against that, except hey, Jake got to realize that this is not how things are gonna get done. But he's really talking in the matter of defending yourself, all right. But at the same time, this guy is stirring up a spirit to basically just be an all out war against Esau, man. If they try to come and lock you up, shoot them. And this is not a good spirit for YA. But you know what? Hey, they all have their part to play because it says in the scriptures that mistress women shall bring forth monsters. It talks about the cockatrice eggs. It talks about a lot that the Lord is planning to do with you, Jakes, man. All right, on the left hand side, man. All right, because yeah, Esau is pushing Jake to that limit, but nonetheless, the counsel, yeah, how about me outside? That still stands.
make me come with them. It ain't gonna fucking happen. It ain't gonna fucking happen. So I'm gonna say again to you, leave us the fuck alone. Leave us the fuck alone. When you open Pandora's box, and what comes out will be a black fucking swarm. When we get this thing collectively, you will be without sanctuary. We are not outnumbered. We never have been. That's why you created laws to kill us. That's why you created the nigger hunting license. I remember it. Where you can hunt niggers from January 1st to December 31st with or without dogs, day or night. But you were only allowed a tag for 30 niggers at a time every year. They had a hunting season on our people because we outbred them. We always outnumbered them, my people. We're not the 13% that they keep pushing since I was a fucking...
And that's absolutely true. But the scriptures, they testify to that, man. They say that Israel should be as the sand of the sea, and it's becoming much more evident now that the lowest percentage in the world really is E. But he tries to make it seem like the we're the lowest percentage and have the highest crime rate as a justification to wipe us off the map. Like why are we even here? Why is everyone dealing with us when we are not we are the smallest majority that doesn't matter? I mean, we're the smallest amount that doesn't matter, but we're causing the most chaos. But it's really him. He's He's as it says in this book of Psalms, what is it, the 50th chapter, that thou slanderest thy own mother's son, man. You know, he'll do things and then he'll cast blame on Jake for petty crimes to make it seem like that's what's really causing chaos on the world, man. When it's not. And then even with those petty crimes, he seduced Jake into doing these things, right? Via the music and the poverty situation that he set up. Not that that's an excuse, but it's absolutely true. This man he has made a science experiment out of the ghettos, man, and out of the the project housing. The reason why it's called the project, man. You know,
baby. We are way more than that now. White folks die faster than they reproduce. It's known. We have always outnumbered them. I believe they're the 13% here in this nation, period. They're just more solidified than we are. So whatever your religion is, Christian, Muslim, it don't matter. Put it to the side. Because nobody's going to stop a bullet from coming at you. Allah's not going to stop it. Jesus ain't going to stop it. Buddha ain't going to stop it. I've never seen a deity stop bullets from raining down.
and that's what he's wrong when he says he's not wrong. Because he said he never seen. But that's the thing, he is. Because all those deities he named were all false. Jesus is not going to save nobody, man. Allah ain't going to save nobody. He's absolutely right. But when he's talking about joining hand in hand, what do the scriptures have to say about that, man? Let's see what the scriptures have to say about that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 21. Hmm. So that's why I don't know you got to deal with the KJV, because this is it's Berean, it's good, but it's not giving the full flavor of what it says. This is Proverbs 11 and 21 out of the KJV. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. All right, which the seed of the righteous is essentially, our whole nation, but it's going to be the one. It's going to be the 144,000 and the 1/3 chosen out of our nation, man. Because the scripture says that if the blind leads the blind, they twain shall fall into the ditch. Now, what do we look like joining hands with a bunch of blind people, man? All right, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Yeah, no, we're not going to join in bands, man, with Jake. All right, Jake is 2/3 of Jake are our enemy. The Most High plans to kill you. There's a reason why he has the KKK and other militia groups out there for you, man, as well as you against each other. In which this guy talks about that. He speaks about that. You know how you need to get rid of those guys. Even just so you can't call him racist. He's talking about getting rid of even the Jakes that disturb the community as well. Which y'all should have been doing that. But you know, it's a simple fact. We're following Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And if you're not down with that, then we're not down with you. We're gonna go our own way. We'll see what becomes of you, and that'll be that, man. Because hey, once again, the scriptures, as Paul said, man, I say to you now, even weeping, that they are enemies. He was talking about Jakes that left the truth. How much more Jake that never enter in, and Jakes that left the truth are just as equal or even worse than Jakes that never enter in, man. But they're all enemies of Hamashiach, man. They're all enemies of the cross. And if you're an enemy of Yahweh Shai, then you're an enemy of me. You're an enemy of every last brother that represents Yahweh Shai, man. And the few sisters that do follow Yahweh Shai, man. All right? We are not equal. You know, we could have been, but the Most High didn't choose you. For right now, He's chosen us, and we hope that He continues to choose us each and every day, man. But I'm gonna go back into it. It's a
On
point
our
that I want to
people.
make,
Never. Put your trust in God, whatever you want to put your trust in, but put your trust in yourself and your ability to use.
which is wicked. Which is wicked is all out here, man. All right, that's not what the scriptures say. You know, that's not what the scriptures say at all, man. As a matter of fact, let's go into it. This is Psalms 144 and 1. It says, a psalm of David. the most skillful man of war. All right. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight, my goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield, he in whom I trust. Fuck trusting yourself, man. No, I don't trust myself. You shouldn't trust yourself. I'm not saying not to be sure in things you do, but that surety that you should have within yourself is what? Yahweh Shai within you, man. All right? Because I guarantee you, it's moves that you've done within your life, if not each and every day, that weren't things that you planned, weren't things that you were even in your mind to think. Because Jake is talking about, you see it all the time. You tell somebody a story, oh man, if that had been me, but guess what? The Lord will put you in those situations when it is you, and you don't react the way that you think that you would. So no, I don't trust myself. I trust Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai ultimately. All right, and then it trickles on down to me, man. All right, because the scriptures do talk about saying that who wants to do better for yourself. Roughly paraphrasing in the book of Sirach, man. That your mind wants to tell you more than 1,000 counselors. All right, who better, to get counsel from to get private counsel than from yourself? But ultimately, the counsel that we trust in is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. You know, but it says, in him, in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. So there you go. That's who's gonna do the subduing, man. All right. So yes, it matters, man. Yes, it absolutely matters. As a matter of fact, let me get to it because I was reading this Isaiah the 8th chapter, but I completely skipped over the 7th chapter, and I'm gonna go back to the 8th chapter, man. 'Cause this isn't about uplifting the community. You Negroes and you Spigros, you got that community demon on you, man. And the Most High is not with it. All right. He wants our people to come together in truth in Him. All right. Well, that He is the truth. He wants our people to come together in truth, which is Yahweh Shai, the Word. All right. Not nothing else, man. And this is shoot. Actually, I'm gonna get it because this goes into those that have the truth and those that don't have the truth. The butter and the honey, that's the truth. Which Yahweh Shai received. This is Isaiah 7:15. Butter and honey shall he eat, and that he may know to refuse evil and choose the good. It's this word. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. Which happened in times past. All right. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come from the days that Ephraim departed from Judah, even the king of Assyria. And it came to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall hiss for the fly that is in the uttermost part of the rivers of Egypt, and for the bee that is in the land of Assyria. Talking about, if I'm not mistaken, those different kings that were coming up against Israel. When you read this chapter, it says, and they shall come and shall rest all of them in the desolate valleys and the holes of the rocks and upon all the thorns and upon all the bushes. And the same day shall the Lord Yahweh shave with a razor that is hired, namely, so like, let me skip on down because this goes into how he's going to make baldness upon the land. This is verse 21. It shall come to pass in that day a man shall nourish a young cow and 2 sheep. And it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk that they shall give he shall like me, that they shall give he shall eat butter. For butter and honey shall everyone eat that is left in the land. It's talking about the elect. You know, Once again, this is futurism, because this is something that happened in that time period. But this honey and butter is talking about the truth. So this is going into the elect, man, that the Lord is going to spare. All right. And it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines at 1,000 siblings, it shall be for briars and thorns. So what is that talking about? It's talking about the habitations of the wicked, man. And Atlanta is a pretty wealthy place, man. It's a pretty wealthy place full of Jake. But guess what? They're not going to be able to. They were talking about building rich communities for Jake to live in. That's not going to fucking happen. If it does, the Lord's going to swiftly bring that shit to naught. The thing is that it's not going to prosper, even if it gets smallly established, just like this NWO. Even if it lasts for a day or two, it's not going to work. That's not how the Lord said he wants to do things. But arrows and with bows shall men come thither, because all the land shall become briars and thorns. And on the hills that shall be digged with the mattock, there shall not come thither the fear of briars and thorns, but it shall be for a sending forth of oxen and for the treading of a lesser cattle. So the Lord is going to look out for the elect, man. But through 2/3, the Lord he doesn't have your best interest, man. He doesn't have your best interest because you didn't seek him. This is Isaiah 89, and it says, And he shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even to the neck, and stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of the land. Oh, I'm not Wa'ala, which means Yahweh with us, man, or God with us, because we have Yahweh Shah, that's God with us, man. All right, associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Give ear, all ye of a far country. So it says associate yourselves, man. If you're associating yourselves with anything outside of Yahweh Shai, you're going to be broken in pieces. It says, give ear, all ye of a far countries, gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. So that's what's going to happen to Esau if he comes against the elect. He's going to be broken in pieces. Every last nation, man. We're not making treaties. We're not saying that we're Israelites because we want Esau to recognize us. You're a fool if you've been doing that, man. I'm a Muslim and this is by the charter. Yeah, because they do that, man. And Jake be high-minded as hell when they'll present. See, we're recognized as this true religion. Well, guess what? All that scoffing that you different denominations wanted to do to see say that you were recognized by as something truthful, he's gonna turn on you with that. And this guy, he was speaking facts when he said that. That's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter. Esau does break treaty, but yet Jay still falls for that okie doke, man. All right. It says, and you shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and you shall be broken in pieces. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for the Most High is with us. All right? I'm not wa Allah. All right? For the Lord Yahweh spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say. Because they make confederacy with the heathen, man. And that Jake just proved it. Although he spoke out against it, saying, well, yeah, you got to be on your no, man, because even that, you making a confederacy with niggas. I'm going to say it plain and simple, man. You know, which said, hey, that word just means black. It means black. And our people are in a blackened state of mind. They're not recognized as a people. They themselves are not recognizable to themselves nor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai because they have not turned to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So they are a dark people. Can you see in the dark? No, you can't. They're not visible. All right? But they are visible for destruction, you know? And it says, to all them to whom this people shall say a confederacy, not to fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai upon himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. How do we sanctify Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai host, man? By following him in word and in truth, and praising the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Taking heed to his words, that's how a young man shall cleanse his way.
Use your weapons of mass destruction, because really that's really what you need nowadays. Everybody's strapped up nowadays. Everybody's strapped up nowadays, y'all. Lord have mercy, Jesus. If y'all don't understand and see the
And that just disproves everything that he says because he said that everybody's strapped up nowadays. So let's say those guys that came to the hood, I'm not sure, but you think that they came unstrapped? and they left in body bags, so everybody's strapped up. What's the difference? What is the difference? The race is not given to the swift, but to the sure. All right, you know, the Yahweh Shemi outside mustereth the host of the battle, man. All right, so it's the Most High who has the final say so. Yeah, you can have that sword, but that's the reason why we don't trust in it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be Yahweh Shemi outside who gives the deliverance.
Set up out here, how it's being set up. Now Trump is bringing over 8,000 South African white refugees.
But that's all I had to say on that one. I'm going to go ahead and get the scripts, man. It's lucky I'm mostly in Isaiah, but, you know, it's good. The word is good. Actually, I'm going to get it. This is Second Samuel, chapter 1, and verse 18. It says, also he bade them teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher, which is Yasha, you know, which is upright. But going into that, hey, that was by the Spirit. And the modern day bow and the sword would really be, you know, what you would call a gun, because, you know, you shoot as if it were archery from long range. But at the same time, the Most High has to be with you. All right? This is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 21. And I'm going to end it off. Oh, sure, my phone don't do nothing bugged. It says, there are many devices, Proverbs 19:21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shah shall stand. All right? There's a way that seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof is death. Yahweh Shemi Shah has to be with you, man. Yahweh Shemi Shah has to keep you. If not, it's all done in vain, no matter how much training you do. No matter what you do. Yahweh Shemi Shah has to be with it. This is Psalms chapter 127, verse 1. A song of degrees for Solomon. Except the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows. Well, you know, that goes into something else. But hey, ultimately, Yahweh Shemi Shai has to be with it. Not just you calling on God or Allah, in which the word Allah means God. You have to know his name. You have to follow his name and his meaning according to the word. The meaning of Yahweh Shemi Shai is presented in the word, man. But with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Shalom, and Abba Abba.